I've listened to my colleagues in this Epstein debate on the Republican side ask over and over, why did the Democrats say nothing during the Biden administration? I've heard TV anchors ask. In fact, I was asked this morning the same question. Now, put aside the fact that in 2019, I called on Andrew Acosta to resign because of his connection to the Epstein files, and I wanted to learn more about why Epstein was not prosecuted. Put aside what Mr. Raskin and Mr. Cummings did. Let's just take you at your word that Democrats said nothing. Is that a reason for you to do nothing? I don't understand the logic here that because you think the Democrats did nothing on the Epstein files in the Biden administration, that to own the libs, you now have license to leave sexual assault victims unprotected. It's just crazy that you hate the Democrats so much that you would let the most notorious child sex trafficker and the people connected to him not be held accountable because you want to own the libs. Let's just take you at your word. Okay, the Democrats did nothing. So you're going to do nothing is what you are telling me. The Democrats, of course, did not do nothing. But let me boil it down to a lesson that I have right in front of me every morning when a 6-year-old wakes me up around 5:45 and wants to watch the same movie over and over and over. That's Frozen. And there's a lesson in this film where Elsa is told by one of the trolls in the movie that if you can't see the future, all you can do is the next right thing. And having seen this, again, 100 times in the last couple years, my takeaway is if you don't know what's going to happen next and you can't change the past, all you can do is the next right thing. So even if you are right that the Democrats did nothing in the past, wouldn't the next right thing be to sign the discharge petition? Or are you so obsessed with just scoring political points that you would punish sexual assault victims? Is that who you are? I don't think that's who you are. When I listen to some of the legislation you propose on your side, I do believe sincerely you care about victims. And if that's who you are and you care about victims, sign the damn discharge petition. Okay, you can own us. I don't care. You can own us 1,000 times. If it gets us to 218 signatures, I will let you have whatever victory you think you're accomplishing. But it seems to me that you're more interested in telling me not to believe my own eyes, which is what the president is doing. The president is telling us not to believe our own eyes. And it's not just on the Epstein files and the birthday card. And by the way, guys, we can bring in a handwriting expert, but I have 2 eyes. And I know what that man's obnoxious signature looks like. And so do you. But Donald Trump has told us that he would end all wars on day one, that prices would plummet and jobs would soar. And where are we? Ukraine has never been weaker. We've never seen more jobs lost in America since Donald Trump was last president. Even conservatives are complaining about how expensive grocery prices are. And even his own health, he's trying to tell us not to believe our own eyes. Joe Biden looks like an Olympic athlete compared to a man who is hiding his illness. Donald Trump is a broken man who has broke his promises. And if we don't start checking him, we are going to be a broken country. So my friends, if you sincerely believe that Democrats dropped the ball and did not do enough under the Biden administration, then join us now in doing the next right thing and sign the discharge petition. Otherwise, you're telling sexual assault victims this is just about scoring political points, and they come last.
Okay, let's talk about this heated moment. Congressman Eric Swalwell was pressed by Republicans asking why Democrats didn't demand Epstein transparency while Biden has been in office. On the surface, that sounds like a fair question, right? But if you actually listen to Swalwell's response and look at the bigger picture, things get a lot more complicated. Here's my take. Republicans love to play this game of, why didn't you do it when you had the chance? But that argument completely ignores the fact that Epstein's connections, the sealed files, and the cover-ups cross both political parties. This isn't just a Democrat issue or a Republican issue. It's about power, money, and who benefits from keeping these names hidden. What Swalwell was really pushing back on was hypocrisy. Think about it. Many of the same Republicans demanding transparency now were completely silent when Trump was in power. If they really cared about justice, they had been shouting just as loudly back then. So why now? Why suddenly when it's politically convenient? And here's where I get fired up. Epstein's victims don't care about political point scoring. They don't care if the cover-up happened under Biden, Trump, or anyone else. What they want, and what the public deserves, is the truth. Period. That's why I think Swalwell was right to call out the GOP for playing games instead of focusing on the real issue, making sure every name in those files sees the light of day. But let me ask you this. Do you think Democrats should have pushed harder for transparency under Biden? Or is this just Republicans trying to distract from their own silence in the past? And more importantly, do you think any of our leaders, on either side, are actually serious about letting these files come out, or are they all protecting people in their circles? To me, this back and forth shows exactly why people are so cynical about politics. Instead of uniting to demand accountability, both parties are more interested in pointing fingers. Meanwhile, the victims are left waiting. So let's talk about it. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Who do you think is really blocking Epstein transparency? And do you trust either side to come clean? And of course, if you're tired of the games and you want more raw breakdowns like this, hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe. Because we can't let these moments get lost in the noise. They matter too much.